Lil Baby is one of the realest in the game. With his most recent release of his album, Wham!, the ATL frontrunner had a dark past. Before the expensive cars, expensive jewelry, Lil Baby was a part of the chain gang in Georgia. His first major offense was in 2015. The crime commit date was 4/16/2014, and he was sentenced to 3 years in state prison. They say the charges were violation of motor vehicle law, possession of a weapon as a first offender, theft by stolen property. He began his term on 9/19/2015 and was released 7/1/2016. According to the rumors and speculation, Lil Baby held his own at a young age in prison. He was in a high state max penitentiary. After being released on July 1st of 2016, Lil Baby made it a priority not to go back to prison, and he started to lean towards music. It is known that Lil Baby and his old crew, 4PF, known as Four Pockets Full, is one of the biggest entourages in the Atlanta area. Lil Baby took that name and made it the name of his record label in 2017. It is rumored that 4PF is from the area known as Lil Cali in the Oakland City neighborhood of Atlanta. Throughout Lil Baby's career, he always shouted out the name, and it stopped almost abruptly after that YSL and that Young Thug was hit with the Georgia State RICO in 2022.
Young Thug is scheduled to appear in court today in Georgia on gang-related charges. The rapper, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, was one of 28 people named in an indictment in that state. He's charged with conspiracy to violate the state's RICO Act and participation in criminal street gang activity. The indictment also includes fellow rapper Gunna, whose real name is Sergio Giovanni Kitchens.
Weeks after a document was released to the internet saying a list of all of the Atlanta crews that may be hit next with that Atlanta RICO, it was time for a rebrand. Lil Baby started a new record label, Glass Window Entertainment, in which he signed his first artist, Rollo Rodriguez. The Glass Window record label then partnered with Capitol Records and Motown. Lil Baby keeping it solid to his longtime friend Young Thug. He even cut off Gunna, who reportedly wrote for Lil Baby before he got popular with his music. The fallout between Lil Baby and Gunna came to a public head in 2022 after Gunna became involved in a highly publicized trial with Young Thug and the YSL RICO. Now in December of 2022, Gunna shocked the rap world by pleading guilty to 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, a legal move that would allow him to be released from jail after serving several months in custody. A part of the deal was Gunna reportedly agreed to testify against YSL in its association with the alleged gang activity. Even though he was called to testify, he never actually sat to stand against Young Thug. However, Gunna did admit that YSL was a gang. That's what they wanted them to say.
The deal that set Gunna free, a major development in a huge racketeering case. The Atlanta-born rapper, Gunna, whose given name is Sergio Kitchens, made a deal with prosecutors and walked out of the Fulton County Jail late this afternoon. Now, Gunna will not have to stand trial early next year with rapper Young Thug and more than 24 other defendants who prosecutors say were part of a racketeering conspiracy.
But Gunna wants everyone to know that while he did make a deal with prosecutors, he will not have to testify against any of the others. Our John Schierick is on the story for us tonight.
Gunna, Sergio Kitchens, leading the Fulton County Jail 7 months after he'd surrendered. He is a free man. The man Fulton County prosecutors had said was deeply involved with rapper Young Thug and 26 others in a violent gang called YSL. Gunna pleaded guilty to 1 count of racketeering, and it was an Alford plea, meaning Gunna does not admit to doing anything wrong, despite pleading guilty to the charge.
I'm pleading guilty, but not admitting I'm guilty. It's just legal jargon, legal maneuvering, but it's the same as a regular guilty plea.
Atlanta attorney Daryl Cohen, who is not part of the case, says prosecutors likely just wanted Gunna out of the way as they focus on trying to convict the others.
Because he's a minor player, so it's just going to clear the deck, if you will, to give us, that is the prosecution, an opportunity to go after the big players in this case.
Gunna was charged with just one count of racketeering in the massive indictment. He was accused of dealing in drugs and stolen merchandise along with other alleged gang members. By contrast, young thug Jeffrey Williams was indicted on 8 counts. Gunna made it clear in a public statement released by his attorney that his deal with prosecutors does not require him to be a prosecution witness against the others. Quote, "I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case."
He's trying to save his cred and his world.
Gunna says that as part of his deal with prosecutors, he will now, as he put it, try to educate young people that gangs and violence only lead to destruction. In Atlanta, John Schierick, 11 Alive News.
Now, do you see the pattern in why Lil Baby would change the name to 4PF to Glass Window Entertainment? This move sparked a massive controversy in the hip-hop community, with many artists and fans questioning Gunna's actions. The term snitching became a major talking point in the rap community, divided on whether Gunna had betrayed his friends and associates. Apparently, Lil Baby didn't approve of it at all.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that the statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community.
Now, it is rumored before Lil Baby got famous with the music that he was a notorious gambler in the streets. But Lil Baby is far from that now. In a recent interview with Lil Yachty, Lil Baby admitted that he lost $8 to $9 million at a casino in just one night. Well, within the course of 40 hours.
Put your watch down. You do it for 20,000. 20,000 on your watch. Put your watch down. Put your watch down. Put your watch down. You do it 20,000. 10,000. Anybody. Last time 85. 85 now. 5,000. I'll give you 10 points. You don't gamble. Alright. I like you do it again, but I like you do it again for 2,000. Y'all ain't worth this. Please. Y'all ain't worth it. Please. Come on, that money. Drop it,
This goes to show the world that he definitely has more than $8 million as his net worth that the internet has put on him.